Hey, Pat Rigsby here, and in today's episode, I want to talk with you about solving problems for business success. Let's get started. Welcome to the Fitness Business School podcast, the show for fitness business owners who want to grow their income, increase their impact, and improve their lifestyle. Be sure to listen till the end of this episode because we have a brand new special offer exclusive for listeners, so stay tuned. As you've probably learned by now, the way that I think about business isn't necessarily the way that everybody thinks about business. And in my mind, businesses pretty much exist to solve problems. That's it. And the more I think we understand that and the better we get at solving problems, the more successful our business is. Now, the challenge lies in the fact that plenty of business owners try to manufacture problems to solve. They want to do the things that they want to do and hope that that's the problem that the consumer believes they have. But the reality is businesses from A to Z exist to solve problems, right? If you own a Chick-fil-A, you are solving the problem of parents feeding their kids when they feel like they're on the go and they don't want to cook dinner and they want to feed their child something that's quick and easy that they probably rationalize isn't as bad as some of the other options available to them, right? So it's solving that problem for parents. If you're a plumber, you're solving the problem of clogged drains and leaky faucets and that sort of stuff. So businesses solve problems. So what problems do we solve in our industry versus what problems do we want people to think we solve? Well, in my mind, we solve the problem that people have with being consistent in adopting new behaviors that lead them to achieve whatever their health and fitness goals are. That's the problem that we solve. Like, people have trouble adopting and sticking with these behaviors, and we're the people who solve that problem. Now, in the past, health clubs, if we're talking about in the 70s and 80s, they may have been solving the problem of showing people what to do or giving them access to unique equipment that they wouldn't have access to otherwise. Selectorized equipment and the big bulky Nautilus machines and that sort of stuff, where the landscape had convinced people that that was the type of equipment you needed to get fit. And so providing, essentially renting access to that sort of stuff because people couldn't outfit their home gym with that, in most cases, that was a problem that was being solved. But now people are educated on the fact that, with some pretty limited equipment, they can get a great result. And for most of the people listening to this podcast, most of the tools that you use in your most common training sessions are things that somebody, for the fee that they would pay you for 1 year, could buy enough of that stuff to outfit a pretty nice home gym and have that in perpetuity, right? The equipment is probably pretty durable. They can go buy kettlebells and dumbbells and whatever other equipment that you integrate into your programs and have that at home for forever. So it's not renting people access to equipment. That's not the problem. Not having that isn't the thing. Not having access to what they could do, that's not the problem that we're solving anymore. I've had a client who literally built his own house by watching YouTube videos. The information as to what people could do is readily available for free or for pennies. A simple course or product by reputable coaches, YouTube videos outlining all sorts of stuff. Now, so having access to know the exercises, know what to do, how to put together a basic program, all of that stuff's readily available to people. So what are we actually solving? Well, there certainly is a degree of expertise in designing the right program for somebody that may need something that's not just stock off the shelf, right? Now, I think our industry probably goes a little overboard with this. They act as if people are walking out of, people are being carted out of Planet Fitness on stretchers into ambulances or in body bags every day because people can't train themselves without, being significantly injured or something. The reality is, that's not probably how it works. So us being able to design a program that addresses people's unique challenges, unique needs that maybe they don't have the expertise to do themselves, we do solve that problem. So that's something that personalization. It's a little bit like if you think of it in the accounting world, TurboTax can probably do basic taxes for an average employee, right? H&R Block can probably run the equivalent of running TurboTax on your behalf and filling in the forms for you. That's kind of where people can do it themselves. But if you want tax planning, if you want tax management, if you have a more complex tax return because you're a business owner or something like that, then you want a real accountant, a CPA. Well, that's where we fall in. For the people who have more pronounced needs, programming-wise, need something more customized or just prefer something more customized, we solve that problem. But that's a pretty small piece of the puzzle. What other problems do we solve if we're trying to elicit behavior change? Well, I would tell you the one that comes to mind above all else is helping to facilitate consistency. Now, if you're an offline business, being conveniently located, having sessions that people can actually attend, that people look forward to, so it becomes a new behavior. It's easier for them to adopt that as a new behavior. That's one piece of it. The other piece of it is providing accountability so that when they're not doing it at the frequency we want or the level of consistency that they need, then we're finding a way to tactfully and supportively encourage them to stay on track and come in. And those are the two things that I think for the average fitness business that isn't doing customized, personalized programming, those two things are the problem that we solve. And that's how we solve it, is getting people to adopt these new behaviors with some degree of consistency. So we have to be convenient. We do that through proximity. We do that through convenient session times. We have to be something that creates an atmosphere that people want to be part of, because, if they don't like it, they're probably not going to do it. That doesn't mean it's not going to be out of their comfort zone, but they should feel a sense of accomplishment. They should feel like they're, in an environment where it's a positive for them. Maybe the community, maybe the coaching, but they need to be in a position where they, even if it's hard, they see the pros outweigh the cons while they're there. And we need to provide that sort of accountability to keep them on track when it does get hard, when there are things that may derail them or have derailed them in the past. Those are the problems that I believe that the average training business, and most training businesses in our industry at this point that are offline are small group or large group, that's the problem that most of them should be solving. But I don't think that's the problem most of them solve. Most of them think that they're just hosting workouts and they're saying, well, we're solving the problem of giving somebody somewhere to work out. And that's a really short kind of, or a limited problem to solve, because people can work out at home. People can work out at a big box health club that offers a bunch of classes far cheaper. People can work out in a self-directed way in a health club. That it's just not the right problem to solve. What the problem that we need to be solving is, how do we help people adopt the new behaviors that they want to? And so if you think about it that way, you can engineer the way that you operate your business so that it gets the people the outcome they need. Because if it does, they're going to pay you longer. They're going to stay, they're going to stay, they're going to refer, they're going to give you positive reviews. They're going to, maximize their lifetime value as a consumer in your business. So when you think about the business that you run, that's the problem that you solve. Dial that in and you'll have a better business. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Fitness Business School. Before you go, I've got a quick announcement. When I first connect with fitness business owners, they almost always ask me how I can get more clients and make more money. Well, I've got an exclusive offer for you, and it's going to help you do just that. And as a listener of this show, I would love to invite you to a conversation where you and I can talk about our new program, the Business Growth Sprint. The Business Growth Sprint is a one-of-a-kind program where you get everything you need. We actually work with you one-on-one, unlimited one-on-one coaching and support. We design a marketing plan for you. We give you assets to execute the plan. It's unmatched in our industry between the level of coaching, the frequency of accountability, the simple step-by-step nature, and the completeness of how it's going to guide you to making more money and improving your personal income fast. Imagine having every tool, template, ad, and script that you need all ready to use. Plus, you're going to get one-on-one access with me and the other coaches on my team to make sure that everything from your business growth plan to your marketing and sales system is done, turnkey, ready to go. And what's great is there is zero risk. We guarantee that you are going to add at least $4,000 a month in recurring revenue or $20,000 a month cash collected as part of this program in just 4 months. So if you're interested, if you'd like to discuss and see if this is a fit, just shoot me an email at pat@patrigsby.com and put sprint in the subject line, and I'll get you all the details.